Hi students, welcome to the another class of social science. So in the previous class I have started block 3, that is a home for everyone. In this block I have completed 2 topics. Those are different types of houses. It means in this topic you have learnt about the different type of houses and the materials used to build houses, and also another topic, that is houses for different regions. In this topic you have learnt about the different type of houses built in different regions. For example, in forest area houses are built using wood. In the same way, igloos we can see in the Arctic region, where it is covered with the ice. There igloos are used and also to build these igloos ice cubes are used or ice blocks. Like this, in different regions we can see different type of houses. And today's class I am going to teach you the third topic, that is people without houses. Before starting the topic, I am showing you 2 pictures. First you observe those pictures clearly. After that I am going to start or explain about the topic. Children, you have observed the picture. Have you observed it clearly? In the first picture, a man is sleeping in a telephone booth, and in second picture, a woman is sleeping on footpath. Can you think why they are sleeping there? Because some people who are homeless, they sleep on the footpath, bus stand, park, under the flyover, in telephone booth. Like this, they sleep in an open area because they will have temporary house. Temporary, here is a word, it means not permanent. Some people don't have permanent house to live. They build or they create some temporary houses using plastic covers or thin plastic and cardboard sheets and some cloths. Using these materials, they use or they create small house. Those are temporary. So they sleep on the roadside, it means footpath, or under the flyover, or in the park, or in front of temple. We can see many people sleeping like this in an open area. So why they sleep like that? Why they don't have house? About this you have learnt in the first block. In the first block I told you why people move. Some are people move to one place to other place. Migration I told. And also there are two reasons. Some people move to new place or new city by choice, but some people move by force. Here the people who sleep in an open area, they may be lost their house, or they don't have money to offer new house. Some people move from villages or from their hometown to cities or some other countries in search of jobs. When they come to cities in search of jobs, they may not get job. When they cannot get the job, they cannot offer a new house. Offered. Here offer means enough money for buy something. Means if they can't get the job, how can they earn the money? If they cannot earn the money, they cannot offer new house. Then like that people, even they cannot buy food to eat, then they start to sleep in footpath. They end up living in a footpath only. And some people lose their house or property because of natural disasters. I told some people move to new place forcibly. Why they move forcibly means because of natural disasters like earthquake, flood. Due to these they move to new place. When they move to new place, they may not get job there also. They may not get good house, because in natural disaster people lose their property also. They will not have money to get new house or get the food. So when the people lose house in natural disaster, they move to new place. There they cannot get, when they cannot get the good job, good house, they also end up living in the footpath or under the flyover or in the park or in front of temples. Like this they move on their life. And also some people who escape from the war, they move to the new place. Means who escape from any place due to war, then they get the temporary shelter. It means temporary place to live, that is refugees. The persons who escape from war because of war or because of natural disasters to the new place, those persons are called refugees. Once again I repeat, refugee means the person who escaped from one place due to war to the another place. Those persons are called refugees. These refugees try to get the shelter in temporary refugee camps. It means refugee camps means who escape from the war field, no? Because of them only some camps are created. There some people provide food and shelter for these refugees. Here also some people get the for few days, that is not permanent, for few days sake they live in those refugee camps. So this is the meaning of refugee. Like these people also, after some days they leave those camps also, then they start to live in a sleep in the footpath or in any other an open area. So these are the reasons why people lose their house and why they end up living in a open area or footpath or in telephone booth or in any other open areas. So this is about the people without houses. Let's move on to the next topic, that is life in a slum. Dear children, all of you know what is slum. I think all of you saw the slum also. We can see all over the world many places are there where we can see like this slum. And I'm going to show you some pictures. Observe those pictures carefully. Later on I'll explain the next topic. Children, you have observed the pictures of slum area, how the area is crowded with the people and completely covered with the small houses. So here the meaning of slum is, the slum is a crowded rundown area. Here rundown is a word. The meaning of rundown is in a poor state without proper care, means the area which has in a poor state, that is called rundown. Means here slum is a crowded means many people live in small place, small area, that is crowded. Slum is a crowded rundown area in a city or a town. So like this slums we can see in the many places of the world. In the slum people live in small houses with not proper facilities. So these slum houses are completely different from the apartment buildings. So I am going to show you some apartment buildings or individual houses pictures. Observe those pictures. What is the condition of the apartment buildings or individual houses? So children, you have observed the apartment building pictures. Now you got the idea what is the difference between apartment building and slum, because you have observed the slum pictures also. So here slum is very different from the apartment buildings. Those who stay in slum, they don't have the proper facilities, but those who stay in apartment buildings, they have more space, separate toilets, good supply of clean water and enough supply of electricity. Like this, they'll have a complete facilities in apartment buildings. But those who stay in slums, they face many problems like unclean water, irregular supply of water, means properly they don't have the supply of water, and no electricity. Oftenly slum have open drainages, means you can observe in the slums the drainage water flow on the road itself. There is no space to walk also. Like this, they face many problems in the slum, and they have unclean surroundings. They don't clean properly those surroundings. So they oftenly face the problem of health. They get different diseases because of that unclean surroundings. So even to clean these slum areas, government also have introduced many laws to clean regularly or to adequate supply of electricity. It means supply of regular clean water and also regular supply of electricity to the slum. Government has made many, government has introduced many laws. Here adequate, I told the word adequate. The meaning of adequate is enough, means to supply enough clean water for slum area and enough electricity to the slum area. So government also working on that, and it is our duty also. Those who stay in slum also, we the people of India, we have to keep our surrounding clean. Even slum area also, people have to keep their surrounding clean. Then they maybe not face like these problems. So this is about the life in a slum. So by this block 3, a home for everyone, is completed. So let's meet in the next video. Have a great day. Thank you.